Morning, everybody, and it's Friday, and it's a long weekend, and guess what? Oh my God, I'm so desperate for love. You know what? I've been there, trust me. You know what? I'm 63, I've done it all. And understand something. You know what? The younger you are, the more desperate you're going to be for love. You know, by the time that you're a teenager, your parents have totally crushed your heart. That's right. When you started off, you had a full heart. Love was unconditional. You could love yourself. By the time you're a teenager, you don't know who you are, and that's why suicides in teenagers have gone up triple. You got it. And that's because parents don't realize that they've been adulterated over generations to actually hate themselves. And then they successfully help their children hate themselves. And guess what? So this week alone, I did 5 consultations on teenagers that were either thinking about suicide or they were cutting themselves. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about here today, but I just want to say that this has got to stop, but it's never going to stop until parents take responsibility for learning how to love themselves totally so they don't mess up their children. Now, I messed up my children, but at least I put them all on the couch. You know, my daughter was in just almost 13, and then my youngest son, he was like 4 years old, and I told them all, I said, I've screwed you all up, okay? But when you're emotionally and physically in pain, just know one thing, okay? Me and your mother did it, so I'm willing to help to unwind that, but it's still your responsibility to learn how to really love and embrace yourself, and I can help you get rid of what I helped to create, but I can't bear guilt for it because my parents did the same thing to me. God loved them, they did their best. So let me ask you a question. This very moment, are you desperate for love? Okay, are you there now? Or have you ever been there? I know I have. Okay, and understand something, I'm going to tell you, isn't desperation a killer? When you're desperate, you'll do stupid things. You'll break things, you'll hurt yourself, and I mean you will hurt yourself, okay? And understand something, this feeling of desperation, well, guess what it is? The definition is, it's an empty heart, okay? It's an empty heart. It's a heart that, it's a person that never has been taught they need to fill up their own heart. And understand something, this is a person with low self-value. So if you have low self-value, then you're going to be doing things to yourself, okay, that are low self-value. From eating, okay, to drinking, to doing. Because when you have low self-value, your personality is not good enough. That's right, okay? I'm not good enough who I am. So I need to do drugs. I need to do alcohol. I need to be somebody else. So then you start being a chameleon and you don't know who in the hell you are anymore. God knows I was there, okay? Understand something. Desperate love causes very bad decisions. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever gone shopping when you've been starving? What happens when you go shopping when you're starving? You eat chocolate bars, you eat chips, you'll eat candy, you'll eat cookies, you'll eat anything that you can shove in your mouth. Okay, so what happens when you're desperate? You will shove anything into your heart. And I'm telling you something, what a dangerous place to be. And that is the main reason why we're so screwed up today as a nation, okay? You can take it or leave it, but that is why. Let me tell you something. You ever hear of this one? He completes me. She completes me. She makes my life. Oh my God. You know what? I haven't heard that from my sons, but I definitely heard that from my daughters. And guess what? I heard that from my daughters every 2 weeks, and it was a different guy. So what the hell are we doing to our girls? What are we doing to our daughters? There's the big one I want to ask you. You think about what you're doing to your girls and your daughters. You know what? It's very important because we have really, really messed up women today. Even way more than we have men. And that's why I'm doing this show called I Am Woman, all right? Because I'm gonna lay this thing out and show you exactly what society's doing. I'm gonna show you how I was trained to treat women, even though I was a nice guy, how I treated women and I didn't realize I treated them just above my dog, all right? And didn't know it, okay? Understand something. So let me ask you, here's number one. Do you date down? Otherwise, do you compromise your love? Otherwise, do you date people that you shouldn't date? Do you date people that you know that are abusive? to themselves and to other people? Do you date people that are on drugs? Do you date people that drink too much alcohol? Do you date people, okay, that you know that you're going to get into trouble with? Well, you know what? It's better than nothing. A little bit of love is better than nothing. Yeah, and look what happened to your damn life. You're still married to that guy, okay, for 12, 15 years, and he's still abusing you, still treating you like crap, but now you even forgot that you even deserve better. You know what? I did a consultation on a beautiful, beautiful woman 3 weeks ago, and guess what? You want to know what her story was? We got down to it, and I said, okay, so when was it that you decided that he wasn't right for you? It was about 3 weeks prior to the wedding when we were giving out the invitations. I said, are you kidding me? How much did the invitations cost? She said it cost about $175. I said, why did you marry him? I didn't want to let my parents down, and they were the ones paying for the wedding. I said, you were married to this guy for almost 15 years, and now you're getting divorced from him, and you've got a tumor in your breast, your right breast, that shows that it's related to relationships. I said, boy, oh boy, man, what did your parents treat you like? And you know what? I'm not blaming the parents, but I am blaming the parents, because guess what? Who in the hell is going to stop the family curse here? You know what? I'm going to tell you something. It is so screwed up out there. All right? And let me ask you another question. How often do you rationalize putting up with physical and emotional abuse? How long have you sat silent? Okay? And are you scared of him? Are you scared of her? Okay, and are you saying, well, this is better than nothing? Or are you saying, well, if I leave, then we're going to have to divide the house and I'll have nothing? What will I have? Well, you know what? You've lost total faith in yourself. Let me tell you something. If you're living in hell, you need to get the hell out of there. And I think you forgot who you are. So you need to reach down inside and learn to love yourself and get some faith. And remember, your creator that created the whole universe loves you beyond love. And when you decide that you deserve a better relationship, you're going to have it. And you know what? Don't you dare stand for abuse anymore. And there's so much abuse out there in all families. I never talk about it. You know why? Because people don't want to hear about it. But you know what? Enough is enough. There's abuse in every family, almost every family. And I'm talking about 9,999 families have abuse in them. Okay, I guarantee you that every one of my workers here, if I were to nail their little butts to the couch, that they would tell me about they don't have abuse, and then within 15 minutes to 45 minutes, they'd all be telling me about the abuses that they go through with their family. And that they're going to go and start their own families, and they're going to start the same damn abuse, because you are your mother and father, and your mother and father were their parents and their parents and their parents. And this is what it's all about: going to war with yourself, going to war with other people. Okay, so stop rationalizing why you need to put up with garbage in your life on an emotional and physical level. And number 3, is dating your number one priority? Okay, so you just got divorced, or you're a teenage girl or a teenage guy. If dating is your number one priority, then you are so empty inside you don't even know up from down, and you are going to be in big trouble. If dating is your most priority, then you've never even learned how to find yourself. And until you find your authentic self, you'll never have an authentic life, and you will never live your life's purpose or your destiny. Number 4, do your relationships create anxiety for you? Like almost everybody I know. But do relationships create anxiety for you? Because if they do, you are so obsessed and desperate for connection. And that's because you can't be with you, because somebody said, who in the hell would want to be with you? And until you learn that you can be with you and you feel complete with you, you will never feel complete with anyone else. Hey, let me tell you something. Don't tell me you're happy in your relationship. I'm telling you right now, you want to BS yourself? That's a dysfunctional belief. You go right ahead. But I'll tell you right now, I know it. I've done over 26,000 emotional consultations, and a lot of those were with couples or people that were going to get married. And I will tell you, I hardly ever see any functional relationships going into the game here. All right? It's impossible, because the church doesn't teach you that. Schools don't teach you that. Your mom and dad don't teach you that. You definitely don't get it off TV, and you don't find it in the bottom of a Cracker Jacks box. So number 5, do you move too fast into relationships? And guess what? When you move too fast and you drive too fast, you go off a bloody cliff. Otherwise, do you rebound, okay, without learning what you needed to learn from the last relationship? If you rebound very quickly back into a relationship, you're going to get the same thing. It's just got different colored hair. It's got a different way of talking. And understand something, everybody's an actor. And understand, you will know, okay, if you are not enough for yourself, because you will be a chameleon. Oh yeah, I love that music. I've always loved that music. Oh, I love that wine. Oh yeah. Oh, I love doing that. I love biking. Meanwhile, you know, you hate biking. Do you understand? Okay, so long as you're going to compromise who you are and say that you're something and you're not, then you're going to get something that you never wanted to get in the first place, and it's going to haunt you. And guess what? You know what? You find me someone that says, I know I shouldn't be in this relationship and I've done everything I can, and they make a decision to get out. No. Do you know what it takes? It takes 2 to 5 years to get out. That's the average. 2 to 5 years sleeping beside that person, pretending to all your friends that you've got a great relationship going on. Above all else, love yourself. We'll be doing a Q&A if you want to leave any questions at 11 o'clock. And understand something. I'm Dr. Daryl Wolfe, and I'm here to stir things up. We'll talk later.